All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, we are live. Welcome to another episode of Smash Times Lead Therapy. This is episode 101. I've done over 100 of these things, and people still watch. I can't believe it. It's a miracle. So I have some really cool guests on today. They are probably the hottest firearms manufacturer, ammo manufacturer, suppressors now. I mean, next thing you know, they'll be making tugboats, everything. They make absolutely everything under the sun, and they smashed it at SHOT Show. But we'll get into all that. But without further ado, let's invite Josiah with PSA and my man Cameron with PSA.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for coming on. You guys absolutely smashed SHOT Show this year, and it wasn't even like close. Somebody might have had one new pistol out, and you guys show up with like 15 new thoughts, and then you're going to make probably half of them eventually. At least
we're going to make them all.
See, I knew it. It's just what order, right?
Exactly. I think it was like 14 to be exact, like new concept guns. And then we also had about 5 or 6 other guns that we were going to launch anyway that were already like close at the show as well. So it was like almost 20 guns total.
Yeah, I missed the thumper on my video.
Bro.
What, you better tell Justin, what the hell, man? That was the most important thing.
Yeah, so that's like I don't know how deep you want to dive this early into the whole thing, but that was a baby, like a brainchild of mine last summer. And I was like, let's just do it. I'm like, let's just, the whole common use thing. I was like, let's get flare launchers and signaling devices into common use, And I was like, well, what's the sound it makes? I'm like, thump, 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 thump. I'm like, let's call it the thumper. So I trademarked thumper.
Dude, I tell you what, I was grounded once when I was like 14. And I read this Vietnam book called Charlie Mike, and the character's name there was Thumper. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And it's because he used to thump grenades and stuff at people. So I was like, how fitting, comes full circle. Let's check the chat real quick. We got a Rare Groove Roller asked PSA to share their concept gun poll. Don't worry, we'll get into that. Super Geo needs the STG 44. We'll get into that too, because that's coming out in a week. I heard. Just kidding. She fires.
Don't give me a
Bob
stroke.
Goodwin. Oh yeah, Tom Harper, One Car, Mr. H. What's up from Pennsylvania? I don't know about them Pennsylvania folks.
Hey, be careful! You got 2 more right here in front of you.
I know it. James Wick, PSA rocks. They do. D Green. What's up, my buddy from Sarasota? Texas 65 and Will. Oh man, he's probably going to buy half the things that you guys mentioned. It's just, there's so much stuff. David Phillips says daggers rock. Very cool stuff. So let's talk about SHOT and what you guys did, because you dropped so many products. And I know you guys have your poll and it's already closed and you guys have the winner. But my top 3, Thaddeus showed me that shotgun. That's my number 1. That's what I want.
It's dope.
Like right now, I want that shotgun right now.
Yeah,
that thing is cool. The Crink, out of stock.
Well, for now.
As soon as it hit, I was like,
It hasn't gone live yet. It hasn't gone live yet.
Oh, it's because it's been showing out of stock. So I've been checking like every couple days.
No. You need to look at what we posted today on social media, man. That'll give you a little hint that what's to come.
So that's the crate. Oh, okay, because I saw it says the crate's coming the 29th.
The crate opens the 29th, but there's something in the crate.
Then you better tell your marketing guy to put coming soon, not out of stock, because I was like checking every day. Like
I know. It's just the way the website looks when it's out.
I know.
Like it just is generic. No, I know, but that's a good idea. Like I'm seriously going to take that back to the e-commerce team and be like, hey,
coming soon is more anticipation. Because it's like,
No, facts. No, I like that. I like that idea. We might do that.
Yeah. The Jacqueline 308 was another huge one.
Yeah. My favorite.
The Jackal 9. So those are my top 4 that I want. Yep. I know everyone is going crazy over the X7.
The X57, yeah.
The X57. That I can't afford the ammo for that.
I think you could. I mean, I'm just saying
Maybe.
it's going to be cheaper. The ammo's cheaper than AK ammo.
Well, I thought you guys are bringing the AK prices down, the ammo prices
Well,
down.
I mean, we haven't got it out yet, but I mean, if you're going to try and buy AK ammo for 50 cents a round, 5.7 ammo is probably like 44, 40.
Yeah, it's really hard to find it though.
Bro, I'm gonna start. I do this thing at work called excuse elimination. Okay, and so we're gonna start it with you too. And so your excuse elimination is that AAC ammo is now making 5.7 by 28 ammo, and it's in stock quite often, and so you can get it for about 40 cents a round. So I don't want to hear it anymore.
I'm really waiting for the 7.60 by 3.9 to get back in stock.
Yeah, we're I think we're about a month out right now on getting that out full scale for sale. They're doing some more testing.
Oh, so that's
on it
another
right now.
coming soon.
Yeah. So 760.
The machines are installed.
Yeah,
they're working on
testing it. Yeah, they're testing it right now. They're dialing it in. You know, the whole like steel case versus, making steel case ammo is a different beast than making brass case ammo. And then you got to lacquer coat it as well. So then there's that dynamic on top of everything as well. So, it just takes a little bit longer to kind of, make and dial in. And so they're dialing it in right now. They're testing a bunch of it on all of our guns and multiple other companies' guns right now.
Nice. Yeah, because that was really exciting. I hang out with 2A Warehouse down here in Houston because they're local. When I walk into their manufacturing facility, it's just about 7 or 8 machines, and it's just cranking nonstop. And I'm assuming you guys probably went balls to the wall and have more than like 3 machines.
I mean, there's a 200,000 square foot building.
That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of space.
Yeah.
So the 7.62 steel is not rocking and rolling yet, but it's soon.
No, it's very soon. Yeah, I would say probably, God willing, within the next 30 days.
And what about the primers? Are you guys making your own primers just for your ammo, or are you going to sell primers too?
We're making primers for all of our ammo, but it's going to be a while before we can actually sell it individually packaged. It's coming in the long-term future, I was told, but for the foreseeable future, it's just going to be on our loaded ammo.
So like primers 2026.
Yeah, sure. We'll go 26.
We'll do. I think 2 years out is safe. It's a safe bet.
It all depends, man. That ammo production is going nuts, though. So it's like, I don't know how much. I don't know realistically how many primers they can make a day versus how much ammo they're trying to load a day. That's the real question.
Oh man, look at all these people in the comments.
So originally from Western PA. It's the wrong side of the state.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with the Western side of PA?
It's not really Pennsylvania.
Is that a Pennsylvania joke?
No, there's just too many liberals.
Oh, that's like we that's how we talk about Austin in Texas. Yeah, please be steel case ammo. Yeah. So do you guys have a price on that box?
I think they have it listed on the website for like 45 cents a round right now, but I don't know if that's like final or what they're.
I don't think that's final at all.
I think they just put it on there just like as
just to have something.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be aggressive, but also at the same time, it's not going to be 28 cents a round that people are wanting it to be like it was 3 years ago. But I think, there's going to have to be some kind of markup on, not markup per se, but it's not going to be cheap right out the gate because we got to pay off the machines and stuff. So we got to recoup some of that money.
And it's AAC / because I saw it said Soviet arms. Is that just like because it's steel case?
Yeah, so I mean, anything that we do pretty much AK related under the umbrella of JJE is going to be classified as like Soviet arms, and it's more of just like a branding. It's the way we brand our AKs now. Like all of our AKs are now Soviet arms AKs. It's just kind of like it's not like a separate warehouse or a separate thing. It's just that's our AK Soviet line of products.
Okay, nice. Will says he wants the PSA VUK. How did that name come to be? Because when
okay, all right, you ready?
I'm ready because I'm like, who named it the VUK? Who lost that bet?
It was actually me and Jamin, Josiah's brother. We named it. So
I love that name. Then it's amazing.
Yeah. So there's a reason why. There's a reason why we named it, and I'll go through the thought process. So obviously, it's a jackal, right? And so we feel like the way that we're going to try to do this gun is going to be kind of like the alpha AK per se, like where it's like, hey, it's got AK components, but it's also modular for the AR style platform. There's barrel change assemblies and different things you can do with it, and we feel like it's the alpha version of an AK, right? And so Alpha Wolf in Serbian is Vuk. And so it's com blockish and everything. We were looking at all different types of Alpha Wolf names or different types of wolf names for, in Russia, but nothing really translated enough to like give you that like hit when you say the name. And so we just went with the Serbian version of it, which was the Vuk.
All right. That sounds pretty cool. Now that I know the backstory, that's
the backstory. Yeah,
that's Jess was like, "This is called the Vuk." I'm like, "The what?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, let's go with it.
And that's why, like the Ulkin, which is the bullpup jackal, it's like we were looking for different names for like a little wolf, because of the jackal, and so we didn't want to call it Little Wolf, and so Ulkin is little wolf in Irish, like Celtic.
Oh, that's pretty cool too. Look at you guys getting deep, man.
You have no idea how much time I waste but how much time I spend naming product. Like I literally get so stressed out over it. Like it's like I'm looking at synonyms, thesaurus, like definitions, like Urban Dictionary. Like, I mean, I'm looking at like all kinds of stuff to come up with names.
No, it's true. It really matters. I mean, a good name can make or break an item.
Yep. And so we try to find the name, and then doing the logo side, that's whole another stress level. That's just, it's not the fun part of the business. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey guys in the chat, everyone in the chat, if you have a question for PSA, I mean, they're right here in front of you. So if you got a question, throw it out there. There's a lot of comments, loving the dagger, loving the micro dagger. I mean, you guys are getting so many compliments. It's amazing. When I post that video, I only had one person be a naysayer out of 165,000 views on that SHOT Show video. Only had like 2 people say, "Oh, PSA sucks."
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty amazing.
That is.
Hearts and minds, my friend. Hearts and minds. We're working on changing the hearts and the minds.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the concept poll winners.
Yep.
So the X7 won.
Yep.
What were the top 5 or 6?
So it was the X57, the 308 Jackal.
Yes.
The Vuk. And then I want to say it was the 570 shotgun. And then it was the Emerge bolt gun. And then it was the Thumper. And then it was the Saber enhanced M4. And then it was the like 22 dagger, the 10 millimeter carry, and the full size dagger.
Dang, the Jackal 9 didn't make that top couple.
I think that was actually like probably 7 or 8. It was right around the middle of the pack. I mean, there was a couple more that I just left off that I was naming because I couldn't remember them all right then and there. But the handguns were all like towards the bottom. And then the like the Saber enhanced, the Thumper, the 9mm Jackal, and the bolt gun were all like in the middle of the pack.
And you know what? That's no fault of those guns or those platforms.
No,
it's just that you guys had so many good ones.
There's a lot of variety. I mean,
how do you pick?
Honestly, I thought that the Bullpup Jackal was going to be way higher than what it was, and we also didn't think the Vuk was going to be number 3. And then the Thumper was in the top 3 up until Friday. The last day of the show, I think Thad, the design engineer behind the shotgun, paid a bunch of people to bot the poll and vote for his shotgun to get his shotgun higher.
I'm most excited about that shotgun. I know it's weird.
I think
the Jackal and 308 and that shotty.
Yeah. I think the shotgun. So the thing with the shotgun is after more videos came out where there was more explanation of the features and the why we did certain things, that's when I think more people voted on it, because I mean, you held it. I mean, right where that, like, the high ready action is, right where the safety is, the RMR cut footprint, like,
Dude, I got an Armory right here waiting on me.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and then the fact that you can put any barrel length on there and any, mag feed tube on the bottom. Like, if you wanted a 10-inch barrel with a 12+1 mag feed tube, you can
Stop,
do
you're
it.
getting me all excited, Cameron.
I know, dude. I know.
Woo! That shoddy though, I mean, that's why I put it front and center in my video too. That was the very first thing, because it's, for one, it's completely unexpected.
Yeah.
Who would have thought PSA would be making a freaking shotgun?
Yeah, 100%.
In a million years, that was probably last.
And then, the fact that you can, like, put it together at home is, the PSA way. I mean, that's honestly, like, the way that we try and think about everything, at SHOT, with all the guns, is, can you do it at home?
Yeah, that'd be very, very cool. Rob Martin says, don't forget to mention the gathering. We'll get to the gathering. That's just, we'll that in a wrap up. Gone Postal. Need a C1 micro dagger, and those clearance dagger compacts with the night sights keep selling out. Well, you gotta be a little quicker on the trigger, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, gotta be quicker than that. It's that Geico commercial with the guy with the $1. I got you $1.
Yeah. Another one. When will the micro daggers be more readily available? Also, when will they have the micro dagger slides with the ports and cuts? Oh, that's a good question.
The micro daggers are, so the MC1, which is the longer slide version that has the built-in comp, that's probably about the most that you're gonna get. So with the micro, you have to be really careful about how much weight you take off of that slide. And so that's why you're probably not going to be seeing any cut slides in those options on the micro dagger, because it's very, very finicky with the weight system on the slide. So you got to be careful, because if you change your weight, then you have to change your spring. And so until, and then your ammo and all that other stuff is going to factor into what that gun cycles wise. And so I don't know if you're going to see it on the micro.
Okay. I mean, are you guys selling just the receivers and the slide separate now?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I had 3 daggers, and I could never buy just a whole gun. I always had to buy, because they're always sold out. So I'd always just have to buy the slide and the grip separate.
So what you're saying is you built it yourself, just like the whole business model is.
Well, I assembled it.
Yes.
That's one thing about
you put it together.
AR people. They're like, I built this AR.
Yeah,
I mean, you just kind of put it together, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you stamp it out of metal? No. Well, you didn't build shit. You've lost a bunch of springs.
Yeah. You yeeted your D10 across the floor.
Oh yeah. That's why I built one and done. I'm like, look, I'll leave it for the professionals.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Looking at PSA to make a 458 SOCOM.
Probably not. I mean, I'm not saying no, but it's like, I don't know. It's just an odd caliber. I mean, I think we have some options that will be able to fit that in the future. Like the way we're doing some of the parts and some of the stuff we're doing, that we'll have the capability of doing it. I just don't see it happening in the next 12 months at least.
All right. She fires. I've only experienced and heard great things about the daggers. The dagger is bang for the buck. You cannot get another. I think it's the best pistol out there, bang for your buck. I've given 2 of the 3 I had. I just gave them away to new shooters trying to get them into the sport. And I took this girl to the range. I did a couple videos on it. And I had the Stoeger STO9C, which is another great economical pistol, and then a dagger. And she shot both, and she goes, oh, this dagger all day long. Loved it. And so I was like, all right, you just got to kind of hit the target. And if you can hit this target, you can have it. So she hit the target. Now she shoots all the time. She's gotten her boyfriend in the shooting. She's gotten a couple other people in the shooting. And we actually just hosted a girls event at Copandero. Shout out Copandero. And she had about 7 of her friends show up, and a couple first-time shooters. And they're all like a girl gun group, which is kind of dangerous.
Awesome. Yeah,
Kelly, who made that comment, she fires. She's got 4 daggers. I was talking to her today, and she teaches some classes as well and stuff. She's got quite a few reviews out on YouTube. She owns a bunch of them.
Yeah, she's great. I met her at SHOT. Really a cool person.
Good egg. Yes, she is.
Matt posted a picture of a ported micro dagger extreme carry slide and ported barrel. Is that custom work, or will that be available?
That's custom work. That's something that he did with, I think JM Custom Grips, I think is the name. So again, I'm not saying you can't do it, but you have to tune the gun to what
Right.
you're trying to shoot. And for mass production side of things, it's just we're doing part commonality, right? So you don't want to try and change the wheel when you're trying to do a mass production run of guns. So if you're trying to change different springs and do this and do that, like it's just it can be done by the user for sure. It's just something that you got to be careful with and pay attention to.
Plus production costs too, because you see it in the 2011 market. You see a more bargain price 2011 without the slide cuts, just with serrations, because it's a lot cheaper to cut that than actual cut the cuts.
100%.
PSA making quality products that are affordable. Great American company. Amen to that. Let's see, man, we are so far behind on these. Oh man, Matt's a great ambassador for your brand. Don't tell him that. He's gonna get
his head just keeps getting bigger.
I tell you what, Justin crushed it this year at SHOT.
Yeah, I pawned off all the interviews to him. I said, Justin,
he crushed it.
So he's doing a very, very, very good job. He pays attention. He listens. He takes, he knows what he's talking about. He's a great dude. I mean, this year before SHOT Show, I did probably like 65 videos for all the releases and all the launches and the concept guns. So I was just videoed out. And so I told Justin and Josiah, I was like, guys, like, you're going to have to get some help here. Like, I can't keep doing all these videos and stuff. But Justin, I mean, he killed it. I mean, Ty killed it. The young engineers killed it that we had there that we brought with us. That was their first time at SHOT Show, and they did a great job talking about their products. I mean, we got a really strong team that we're building down at PSA. And I mean, I think it shows, by what we're doing and kind of, what guns we're working on and what we're about.
Yeah. And what's really cool is everyone you bring there, like, you can go to some booths and they got a couple people that are like negative Nancy's and everything, but everyone you guys have there, they absolutely believe in the PSA message. Look like they're all having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And
our engineers are absolutely, I mean, a lot of companies don't actually bring their engineers and put them out in front of the public. We do. And it's Tom Victa, who's over our engineering division. I think that it's got to be something that he looks at in hiring these engineers. Cause I mean, they get in front of the camera, talk about the product, very personable as well as smart.
Yeah, you can't teach personality.
Yep. No, and I think the other thing too is like, I mean, I think it goes true. Like, we're just a bunch of gun-loving, freedom-loving sons of guns down here, man. I mean, that's just who we are. I mean, these guys are passionate about their product, and it shows. I mean, it makes it fun to kind of be around and be a part of.
Will PSA ever get to selling surplus parts kits?
I mean, we do sell them on our website.
Do you really? Like
yeah. So like the Romanian kits that we got that we also do builds with, we sell. Well, like I think we even have WBP stuff. I mean, they might not be in stock that often because we're doing a lot of builds with them, but we have listed the parts kits before on our websites. We sold the Tula kits, the Izzy, and all those kits we sold on our website.
Oh, really?
It's not. It's not.
I thought you guys would probably have your own struggles even just obtaining those kits nowadays.
Nowadays it is tough, but luckily we were able to acquire them a couple years ago, and so we have a decent amount. But I mean, we do a lot of builds with them, but every now and then we'll put some in stock. We had Yugo kits a couple years ago. Like I said, we did the Russian kits, we did some of the WBP stuff, we did a whole bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, when I first moved to Texas, I got a Yugo underfolder kit and a stamped receiver, and they go, okay, you got to bend it and then do the rivets. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. That's a lot of work.
The problem we also have is like these people think that it's like an AR-15. So they buy it, they take it home and realize they got to get that 20-ton shot press and figure this out. And they're like, this is too much. So then we get a lot of returns. So it's just not something we put in stock often, right? But you will see them occasionally.
Yeah, if you don't know how to use those press rivet kits, I mean, you can really screw it up. I know.
Yeah, that's why we 100%. Stopped selling PSA barreled receivers for a long time as well. We got so many people sending them back. half built, claiming they were junk and stuff. But it's no fault of their own. They just didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah. Habits. I love PSA. I can't buy anything other than ARs. The quality, price, and caliber is unbeatable. I know it, man. Has PSA addressed the issue with the dagger firing pins? Lots of people breaking them. I've broken one. Huh. Was there an issue with that?
Probably talking about the striker. I think that there was a tolerance stack that they addressed, but I don't know if it was an actual issue with the striker itself. I think there was just a combination of a tolerance stack going on, but I could be misspeaking that. I'm not in the pistol side of the business, so I don't really want to misspeak with what they've done or what they're doing, but I know that they saw a couple of them come in for repairs and we're looking into it. And I believe it was like a tolerance stacking issue.
Oh, okay. PSA, where you guys at in the steel case line of ammo? I need that 3.9. A couple weeks out, right?
Yeah, about 30 days, I would say, is what we're thinking.
That's fair.
Is hoping for is about 30 days.
That's fair. And the price, people are delusional, and I see it all the time. It's like, well, I'm not going to buy 9 until it's $7 a box again. I'm like, well,
good luck with that.
I tell them, just shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one gets filled up quicker, because it ain't 100%. Those days are done. They're gone.
Yep. 100%.
Let's see. Once SCOTUS removed infringements, I'll be able to buy from PSA. Oh no,
we'll be ready.
Vanessa's behind the line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
PSA AK or reverse engineer Kalashnikov, or PSA using the Soviet data packs? I have no idea what that guy is talking about.
It's asking if we acquired the TDP from Russian stuff or if we've designed it ourselves. And the answer is that we designed it ourselves, most of it. We do things I don't want to say the American way, but like there's more modernized tooling and stuff that we'd use that you have to adjust certain things to be able to function with and go together with.
Here's another question I had that was asked that people wanted me to ask you. 5.45, is that coming?
It is. We'll get out the 7.62x39 first, get that running well, and then 5.45.
Is that going to be steel or
what's that?
Is it going to be steel case?
Yeah, it will be. Yep, 7.62x39, then 5.45, then 54R in steel case. Then we're going to go back to brass and do 6.5 Grendel after the 54R.
Okay, cool, nice. So Jeff Osborne has a question. This was another question. This is a personal one to me because I'm a 2011 freak. Yeah. I know you guys have made 1911s for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Why not a 2011? Because the last time we were on, you said you never know.
Yeah, no, you don't know. So, I mean, there have been a lot of discussion about that over the last couple months. At this point, the problem is that we just have so many, feet, coals in the fire right now. I mean, we have a lot going on. Obviously, you guys saw SHOT Show, so I wouldn't rule it out. Now, the other side of it is the 2011 kind of fad type thing here to stay? Is it going to go away in 2 years, right? And so, you don't want to tool up and spend all this money to jump in a market that you don't know if it's going to, if it's here to stay or not. Now, I think it is here to stay. And there's a lot more competition coming on the market. And so it's kind of like a not wait and see, but kind of like, hey, let's get the stuff out that we already talked about and then see where that ends up next year.
Yeah, I know T-Sauce just came out with a nice 2011 for around $850-ish.
Yeah.
Quite a few features. I mean, it's no Staccato, and it sure the heck ain't no Atlas or Masterpiece arms, but it's a very bargain price ones. I know Cossaint Arms has a one around $2,000. EAA is importing the Gerson. That's around $950. So there's a lot of budget ones out there, but
yeah,
just like everything PSA does, I think they'd come in and, trick it out just a little bit, make it a little bit nicer at that same price point.
For sure. And I think that would be the goal, right? But at the same time, it's a lot to invest in, right? And so it's like kind of like we have these next 13, 14 guns that we were talking about doing. We have already some stuff on the horizon for 2025. So now we're just trying to figure that out.
Oh, is PSA making an affordable lever action? Did it ever make it to the whiteboard?
Oh yeah. It's been on the whiteboard. We'll see where we're at next year. I mean,
I would pay money to see this whiteboard.
Yeah, there's a lot of whiteboards. I mean, like we've talked about it, very recently. We talked about it like 6 months ago. I think our dabble into the kind of 50 state legal side of things is the bolt gun and the shotgun, see how that goes. And then we'll kind of figure
Yeah.
out what we're going to do with that. Because again, just like the 2011, how long is the lever gun market like fad going, right? Like, I don't know, I know Arrow and Smith and Wesson just showed off at SHOT Show. But again, like, what does that market look like?
Yeah. What's the saturation point?
I tell you what, though, when I went over and he goes, yeah, we got bolt guns now.
Yeah.
Completely floored me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude.
And not only just one, several.
Yeah. We have the PSA and the Saber version.
Dude, I couldn't believe it, man. Okay. Will Palmetto State Armory produce SVD?
Probably not. I mean, I think what's going to happen, honestly, is it's going to be the Crink next, and then the RPK will come after that. And then after that, that's probably where the development on the AK side kind of stops. And then I think we switch over to stuff like the VOOC and do things like that. The AK market isn't what it used to be with the ammo bans and all that stuff. Like, it's not what it used to be.
I've been waiting for 5.56 AKs to kind of be on your website in stock, but they've been out of stock for a minute.
Yeah, so that's the same tooling that makes the Crink stuff, and so we are still making the trunnions and the bolts and stuff. But the problem is it's not a lot because we shifted all of our production over to Crink parts to get ready for our launch of our Crink.
Dang! If you find one somewhere, like the back.
Just tell Josiah which one you want. We'll talk after this.
You know what? Here's something. Here's behind the scenes for everybody. PSA doesn't really send out. A lot of companies will have, like, say, Springfield Armory. They'll come out with a new gun and they'll send 500 of them out there. It seems.
Yep.
PSA doesn't do that because they believe that the consumer should really get first dibs on that, and their products pretty much sell themselves. Like, I'm already in line for 4 of these guns as soon as they hit the market. I'm going to get a couple of those shotguns because if it can come in, if that shotty comes in 525-ish, 550, maybe, that's a killer price. I'd get 3 or 4 just to have in case something goes down in my neighborhood. That's a very easy weapon to hand out to your neighbor. Because remember, folks, if your neighbors aren't assets, they're liabilities. Let's see. Oh, here's one from Flying Rich. When am I getting a PSA AR-57?
I mean, probably.
Is that the 5.7 upper? I'm assuming.
No, yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. When you got those ones from that are being imported, those things run really well.
Yeah, the Panzer ones.
Yeah. Is there going to be a 6.2 by 3.9 Jackal as well as a VOOC?
I was told that the VOOC replaced the 7.62 by 39 Jackal. I was told that this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, I don't think it's now that the VOOC is the way it is, and we can make it com block-ish. It'll probably everything that's that kind of a 7.62 or a rock and lock mag will switch over to that.
The 9mm Jackal that didn't score high enough on your. So that's coming probably end of the year.
Yeah. It's just not something, and I did a concept poll update video, I think about a week or 2 weeks ago. And essentially the way that I tried to word it is like, hey, everything on this list is stuff we're working on. It's just like, hey, to kick some of these guns off. Like I was just in a meeting this afternoon about the X57, like trying to get some stuff dialed in and get this thing rolling because tooling for injection molded parts is like an 8 to 10 month lead time. And so those things take time, right? So
it really takes that long to get set up.
100%. And so the other side of it is the way I worded it in a video is like, just because these are the top 3 guns and this was number 1 doesn't mean it's coming out first, right? So, like the aluminum and the machine stuff, that's easy, right? Easier, So like the 308 Jackal and the VOOC have a much greater chance of coming out before the X57. And I think even a couple other guns on the list might come out before the X57, just because it's probably realistically a 14-month lead time gun.
So Josiah, all those guns that you guys premiered at SHOT, which one you personally would like to see out? Personally,
I would say the 308 Jackal. Yeah,
Yes.
I'd say that one and the X5.7. Those are
If
my
that
two
308
favorites.
Jackal comes in at $14.99 or less, it's gonna smash. It's gonna be such a hot commodity, man.
The Jackals right now, anything Jackal is selling, we can't keep it
Yeah.
in stock. I mean, it's such the modular platform of it. Just even the bullpup version and stuff. Is it? I mean, people are just going nuts over it right now. So it's really just a modular platform based around the AR lower receiver. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So when it because things don't always stay this good for firearm industry. Obviously you guys know this. There's ups and downs. Are you guys ever tempted to overexpand? Because a lot of companies will overexpand if they're selling a lot, and then when times are tough, that's done.
I mean, we had this past summer. I mean, was really tough for the firearms industry, but we continued to. I mean, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. People panic. Companies panic sometimes, and you got to save up money and stay padded because in the firearms industry, it goes through a cycle, and we're going through a cycle right now where things are going to go up. We're going through an election year, so things are going to be. You're going to be able to sell things and make money for a while, but you got to put some of that away, and then when it's not an election year, when you're in a cycle where not much is going on, especially during the summer when fathers and wives are spending money on vacations, when the kids are out of school and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's what we went through. A really bad one. No election going on, and the summer.
Well, if a certain person gets elected, I'm sure we're going to have a nice summer of love next year.
Yeah,
and that ought to drive sale. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, no, we continued to spend money through this past summer, even though it was really slow, and it paid off.
Yeah, I just think it's like strategically, right? Josiah? I mean, like you just do things strategically. And I think like having the dagger, right, that helped us tremendously this summer. Having the jackals and all the stuff that we were doing with the jackals, that helped us. Having the Saber 10 at launch in summer, that helped us. So there was enough stuff that we were doing that was unique or different enough or affordable enough for the consumer that obviously there was days where it was slow, but it was never a consistent path.
Yeah. Lots of Breath says, honestly, the lever guns are cool, but that H&R M1 Garand is what I'm really wanting. So you guys bought H&R too, that you guys own them.
We do. Yep.
And how is that going?
It's going really good. Mike Wetland is running it, and they're actually keeping stuff in stock right now. And I know, Cameron, can you speak to H&R? Cameron's in that building.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, the thing with those guys is that Mike, he was the former owner of Nodak Spud. He came on board with H&R, and
Nodak Spud, that was the receiver I destroyed when I tried to make it. I mean,
Yeah, so but he's so knowledgeable. I mean, he's like literally a walking like gun encyclopedia. Like if I walk by and I ask him like a random question about a gun from like 1970, he'll come at me with every fact about the gun you can think of. And so they do a really, really good job, and they're super passionate about what they do. So the reason why the out of stocks they were struggling with for a few months is because they were sitting there and they're just hand fitting everything. They're touching up everything before it gets anodized, like hand filing and blending areas in, because they're really truly trying to make this a work of art, and they're trying to show the passion of the gun to the consumer. And so it's not a fast process. It's not like the mass production of the AR-15 like it is today on the production side for us. They're over there, they're touching it up, they're polishing it, they're doing all this stuff before anodizing, after tumbling, after sandblast and all this stuff. So there's a lot of different steps that they're doing that goes into this gun.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody else? A self-cleaning semi-auto. Sure. Let's get on that. Let's see. My TLR7 sub does not stay tight on my micro dagger slide. I've used blue thread locker, but it comes loose every couple mags or so. Light issue or rail issue?
I mean, they should fit. I don't know why you're having the issue. Is it tight? Well, obviously it's hard to have a conversation through chat, but like, is it tight when you put the thread locker on and you tighten it down? Does it get tight and then does it loosen up, or is it just still never like snug?
Yeah, that's weird. I would say it's probably a threading issue with the screw on the light.
Yeah. There should be enough. There should be enough meat to bottom out. That screw.
Yeah. Will PSA ever have a store out west? Ooh, how far west would you guys be willing to go? Like Georgia?
Well, we tend to open up stores in where we own like sister companies. We bought Special Tool Solutions down in Jacksonville, so that's a possibility going down to Florida. So as we expand out west, we'll probably put stores out that way. But it's just a matter of time. But who knows what'll happen in the future?
Combine Houston, man. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 2 stores that are opening this year, and I think they want to keep expanding the footprint. But again, it's all Southeastern related, right? For now.
Yep.
For now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly in companies that we already have trucks running. Like we've got trucks running into Jacksonville, trucks running Jacksonville, trucks running up into North Carolina. So they'll keep opening up stores in those states that we already naturally have trucks running to.
Yeah. Will PSA release a 5.7 compact?
Yeah, there's it's actually being tested right now. There was I think I did we called it like a concept update video right before SHOT Show, just kind of answering some of those questions. But yeah, it's in testing right now. They're just fine tuning a bunch of stuff on it, and then sorry, excuse me. It should be the next pistol that launches.
And that's great. I saw that you guys are a lot more active on your YouTube channel too, especially in the last few months. I mean,
we're trying.
I was like,
we're trying to.
Don't give away all the stuff. I need to make a video at SHOT too, buddy.
Yeah, so we're trying to do, one of the things that I'm trying to do more of is just kind of keeping the lines of communications open with our customers, just so that way they feel like they're a part of it and they know, because obviously some of these deadlines we say early on we think are realistic, and then things happen, like the tooling change, right? Like the issue with the Crink and why it's taking so long to get out is that we had to make a tooling change on a stamped piece of metal, and that's a 35-week lead time. And so we thought we were going to have this gun out last, summer, but then we made a change, and in 36 weeks. I mean, it is
35 weeks.
Yeah, 100%. That's like how long some of those tools make to get. Yeah, 100. Yeah, that's realistic.
Holy shit, that's bananas. Everyone in the chat, if you're not a subscriber to the PSA YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link in the chat. Please open a separate box, open it, like, subscribe. They're posting a lot more content. Cameron said at least 1 video a week.
Yep.
Right. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Yeah. But, well, no, I'm serious. We're trying to, well, maybe not a week, but like at least two to 3 a month.
A really cool behind the scenes would be all right. And that's super easy to put together.
There is let's call it like a mini series. It's like an 8 to 10 part mini series that'll probably be out sometime in early May. And it's going to give you guys some of the footage and some of the stuff that you guys have never seen before. It's going to talk about everything, the story, how it started, what we're working on, and then go behind the scenes and show you guys these parts being made.
Yeah, Jammin was talking about that on the GOA podcast a little bit about, and it's so funny. I got to ask you, he said you guys got a little bit of a money put together and you invested 100%, you and Jammin. Josiah, did you think he was nuts when he wanted to do this full time, or you're just like, you jumped in with both feet?
No, I jumped in actually. So I was the first one to jump in. I sold my house, moved down here from Pennsylvania, and I was the first full-time employee. I didn't take a salary for 8 months.
That's
just living off of savings. And then
were you married at the time?
What's that?
Were you married at the time?
No, not. So I didn't have to worry about that. But then it took about 8 months, and then Jamin was able to quit his job. He helped out a lot though, like doing gun shows. I mean, I was working about 60 hours during the week, and then you're doing gun shows on the weekends and stuff to bring cash in and stuff. It was a hustle. For 2 years, you're working 80, 90 hours a week and stuff. It was.
Yeah, you know what they say, the luckier you are, the harder you work. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah. But I never would have thought that about 6 years in, I sold my shares to the other 2 guys who formed J&E, Julian and Ed. But I never thought that it would come to what it is today. It's been absolutely amazing to watch.
Man, do you ever regret selling your shares?
Not at all. It's
no.
It's fun to watch, but the stress behind the scenes is real. So
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So how did Trump get to your facility? That's something I've been wanting to ask you guys because I'm over there. I'm going on YouTube. All of a sudden, Donald Trump's walking around the PSA shop. I'm like, what the hell, man? How freaking cool is that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't find out about it until a couple days before it happened. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. I just know that I was told by Jamin, like, hey, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to meet Trump. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, because they got
it was kept really tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Even within the company.
Because they got to keep it a little hush-hush, right? Because you don't want mobs of people just showing up.
If there's too many people there, they're just going to keep driving and go on the next stop.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't even know, like, he didn't tell me, like, where it was happening. He just told me he wasn't going to be there to meet Trump. And so I just thought he was just going to go, like, meet him in person, have a conversation with him, say hi, shake hands. But then, an hour later, he's at the store.
Turned into quite an event. A lot of publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah. That guy can't do anything without a lot of publicity.
Yep.
It's him.
Yep.
When will the H&R M16 LMG be coming out?
That was another part of, so because H&R is a separate company, we didn't put them into the concept gun video, but that is another concept gun, but it's through H&R. I know they're working on the TDP and the prints and all that stuff for it, as we speak. I just realistically, again, the handguard and it's a plastic injection molded part. Those are 8-month, 10-month lead times. So I would say probably not expect it in 2024 or 2023.
Yeah. So I got to ask you the same question, Cameron. Out of all of these guns, which one do you want to see produced? Like, if you could just snap your fingers and you got 1,000 of them in stock, which one? You only can pick one. Which one do you think on record right now is going to sell and just crush it out of all of them?
If you could produce it tomorrow, which one, Cameron?
Say you had 1,000 of each. Which one do you think is going to sell the most?
So I think
Josiah is going to give you a bunch of shit if you get it wrong.
No, so I don't get a lot of things wrong when it comes to gun sales. Trust me, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
I believe it.
Whoa.
Honestly, if you ask me today, what do you think I'm going to sell 1,000 of? I think it would be the 308 Jackal. If you ask me what my most what I think would be a game changer for the firearms, maybe industry, as maybe not as a whole, but as a kind of like an innovative thing, that would be the Saber M4 enhanced. And so that is like a sneaky, really damn good bolt carrier group, barrel extension, like the way that's designed, that's a game changing bolt and bolt carrier. Like that's a true innovation of the AR-15 line. So I think if you really sit down and see the details of that and really see what that product's about, I think that opens up some eyes from the private sector to PSA. Right. And obviously, we're civilian focused, right? So the goal is to make them for the civilians. But, I think the way that is designed is going to be the ideal thing. But, I think the most exciting thing I'm about is probably the VOOC.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, you guys mentioned it too about the Jackal. Shucks, one didn't score that high. The bullpup. The
bullpup. Yeah.
I thought that would be a lot higher on the list too.
So did I. Yeah, I thought the bullpup Jackal would be higher. I mean, I think it'll sell well. I think the fact that you can just put a Jackal upper onto it and turn it into a bullpup is cool. So I think it'll sell well for the people that want that vibe of a bullpup. But again, bullpups aren't for everyone. When Jamin was like, "Hey, I want to do a bullpup," and I was like, "Okay, I hate bullpups." And he's like, "Well, I need you to make sure it looks good." I'm like, "Okay, but I hate bullpups." And he's like, "I need you to make sure it looks good." So, me and Tom and the R&D guys sat down and really tried to dial it in. I think it looks pretty damn good for a bullpup.
Yeah, it looks pretty slick. Clayco is in the chat. A man of few words.
Hello, Clay.
Just says duh. Oh, yeah. The VOOC was the coolest.
There
it was
we go.
Pretty slick. It was
pretty
slick.
The timing was perfect to roll right into the VOOC right when Clayco got on here.
I know. I'm so happy with PSA. They just purchased a local gun store and range combined. Oh, did they? They are doing
Yeah.
some renovation to the facility. If it weren't for PSA, I'm sure it would be closed now. Look at that. You guys saved it.
Yeah, that was in Florence, South Carolina.
Yeah. Yep. Home of Buc-ee's.
No, Texas, my man. Home of Buc-ee's. You
Yeah,
know, a
I
lot
know.
of Texans got really pissed off that Buc-ee's was being built outside of Texas.
Really?
They were very protective of the Buc-ee's beaver. And
Well, that's
now that it's in
how
Florida and
yeah, we have one in
Ohio,
here.
it's
Yeah.
everywhere now, man.
Well, that's how I felt about Wawa, but now that I moved to South Carolina, I want a Wawa so bad. It's like I would do anything for a Wawa.
What's a
And they
Wawa?
skipped over South Carolina and went down to
I know,
Florida, and then they
Florida,
came
yeah.
back. I was frustrated there for a while.
It's obviously Buc-ee's is like a destination gas station, right? So that's like its own unique like thing, right? But Wawa is probably the best gas station.
I would agree with you.
I'm not classifying Buc-ee's into this conversation, okay? Buc-ee's is its own unique.
Buc-ee's is an experience. It's a marketing experience.
Yeah,
I need to go to a Wawa then. I need to find one.
Bro, Wawa at 3 a.m. after the bar, going up there and getting all kinds of crazy food and different combinations that you can order together. Yeah, dude. Oh, God. Yeah.
All right. I see it now. Mr. Big Kid's in the chat. What's up, buddy? He says, howdy, smashing PSA fellas.
What's up, guy?
I missed you at SHOT, Mr. Big Kid. He's a true family man. He goes, no, I can't go. I got family responsibilities. And I was like, damn, that's respectable. Why doesn't PSA open a shop in Florida? Man, that's like beating a dead horse. You guys probably get that question every day.
I think it'll come in the future.
Yeah,
we've got facilities in Jacksonville, so there's nothing set in stone. But I think eventually we'll get one down in Jacksonville area.
And they have Wawas, he said, Josiah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. The VUC is cool, but the AK rear sight is out of place on that thing. It's still an awesome looking rifle.
Yeah, so the inspiration came from the AKV 521, which was like a modular AK that Kalashnikov Concern like showed off a couple years ago, but never kind of did anything with. And on that gun, it's like an AK-19. They have a AK rear sight leaf on the rear of the gun. Now, obviously, at SHOT Show, it was an early prototype that we were able to throw together. So we're going to clean up the aesthetics of it so it blends in a little bit better to the top rail there. But that's where the inspiration for the AK rear sight leaf came from.
Nice. Mr. Big Kid, God family first. Amen to that.
Yes, sir.
Brian Duchance, are either of you going to be at the PSA Florence grand opening?
Possibility, but
maybe.
I don't know when that's going to be.
If they let me out of the office.
Yeah, you guys are. I don't understand how you guys do SHOT Show and not take 2 weeks off afterward.
I needed it.
It's crushing.
Yeah, you were lucky you were sick. I would have loved to have some time off, man.
Time off. I was sick for a day and worked from home, bro.
The 9mm Jackal is going to sell like hotcakes. I think it's going to sell. If it comes in at a pretty good price point, that's going to absolutely crush.
No, I think it will too. And we're about to add B&T stocks to our Jackal line also. So we have
what mag is that going to take?
The CZ Scorpion.
Nice.
It's like our AKV mag. Yeah, it's like our AKV mag. But yeah, I mean, we added B&T stocks now, so we're gonna have a lot of different options for these things.
That's the one thing I keep waiting to see go on sale is the yellow mags, the banana mags.
Oh yeah,
they're just all custom hand painted, so they're probably never gonna go on sale because there's a lot of labor involved in those mags, right? So it's our cost of the mag plus the paint plus the cost of the guy doing the paint.
Yeah.
And so
all right.
It's not like a dip, right? Where it's just, it's mass repeatable, right? This guy is literally hand painting every freaking mag, and he hand signs every mag on the inside. So if you take your base plate and follower out and pop it out, you'll see his signature on the inside.
He's literally an artist. Literally.
Yeah.
Let's see. The best thing that came out of the CZ Scorpion was the mag. No comment there. So I have to ask you about the STG because that's something that's supposed to be out.
Yep.
Now-ish.
Ish.
I thought that was in the crate.
So no, so the STG, obviously we showed off at SHOT Show last year. That was the early, prototypes that we acquired from HMG or Hill Mac
Yep.
Machine. Yeah. We did an update on it before SHOT Show. So it took us about 5 to 6 months to close on everything and get everything closed out and all the books and stuff. And then it took about another few months to get all the tooling and everything up here to get set up and the inventory moved and all that stuff. And so we didn't actually get the cell up and operational until about November. And so we made our first pilot run internally of STGs in like the end of December. And so, they're in testing, they're being tweaked, they're being tested and all that stuff, but it's still not anytime soon.
That's awesome. Well, not awesome, but at least it's getting closer, man. It's getting closer.
Yeah. I mean, it's happening, right? The wheels are in motion. It's just there's some things that we did to try and improve some of the TDP on it and some of the design aspect of it. But when you do that, then other things happen, right? It's like a chain reaction. So if you improve one thing, well, now you just made the gun run better. Well, now you got to change this because now the gun's running faster, right? It's like you're kind of like a wheel that you have to then go back and do a redo loop on.
Has Jamin ever just shot down an idea off the whiteboard? Like, no, absolutely not. No. It seems like
because
everything you guys put up is like, all right, let's do it. Okay.
Well, most of it comes from him.
Yep.
So
those are his brain children. Yep.
Yeah. So most of it comes from him. Now, a lot of the stuff that would come off the dry erase board comes because we're like, hey, man, like that's just not like, no, like that's impossible. Or it's like, hey, like that's going to take this, and this to get to market. So let's push that off because we can get these other ones faster. Right.
Right. That's cool. Lots of brass. Do y'all think PSA will ever get into the night vision thermal game?
Like I said earlier, like I said the last time, and every time we do this, is never say never, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. It's a pretty, I don't know.
It's not our cup of tea. I mean, if we stay in our lane and do what we do best, we'll leave that to other people.
Mike, I'm going to say no before I even ask this question. Do we have a price point on the Saber pistols and timetable?
100%, bro. I got you, dog. I got you, Mike. No, so the price point is still kind of up in the air. It's probably going to be from $599-ish to $699, somewhere in that ballpark. I basically, when we were designing it and talking about the configuration and doing this, I basically said that I would not go above $699. Like I wouldn't bring the gun to market if it was higher than that. But it's, I mean, everything's in motion. Like we're trying to launch that gun product line, I should say, the end of March.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Good question, Mike.
It's all like everything's in motion like right now. I mean, I got parts coming in, I got everything flowing. I mean, the Cerakote's being done as we speak, the stippling's being done as we speak. The magwells are on the machine getting made right now. The mag extensions are on the machines getting made right now. I mean, everything's in motion to try and get this gun out before the end of March.
Okay. And here's another micro dagger. When will it be readily available and not sell out in minutes? I mean,
that's a great question. Don't mean this in a sarcastic sense, but they go into stock every day. So basically, it's when supply and demand meet. And
so what time? You just got to figure out what time. It could be midnight.
Look between 4 and 5 each day, Eastern Standard Time.
And they've been putting them on the daily deal emails at 11:30 too. So when the daily deal emails go off, like the normal stocking time for stuff that we do that's hot or new is usually about 4 p.m. That's like what we kind of trained our customers on over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But if they run it on a daily deal, it's always going to go in around the daily deal email time frame, right? So if you don't want to sit there and wait for your email to come through at 11:40 or 11:38 or 11:39, whatever that is, go on the website at 11:30 and hit refresh. That would be, they're usually in stock 15 minutes before the email goes out.
Oh, look at that. 15 minutes before the email. They're in stock. There you go, folks. Nice. Now go get it. I had to stop opening those dang emails because every time I do, it's like, shit. You had a CD pistol that was like on a closeout price. I wanted it so bad. It was like $299 or something stupid.
Yes, sir.
God. It's so hard to pass those up. Why does PSA restrict dagger slide sales to California? It's because California sucks. No, I'm kidding.
You'd have to ask our compliance team. I'm not
no
100%
idea.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's CA, not PSA. Trust me. If they could sell it, they would probably sell it there. It's just, it's full of California.
Yeah, we have questions about ban states a lot of times, and unfortunately, due to how outspoken we are about wanting to spread freedom to every law-abiding citizen, sometimes we have a target on our back from certain states. So there's things that go on behind the scenes and stuff. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's 15 years. You guys are celebrating 15 years this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. We technically just hit 16, but yeah, we've got the shirts and if people make it out to the gathering, we've got a few challenge coins that I could hand out to a couple people. Some 15
Let's see. Coins. The gathering is March 20th, 22nd,
21st, and 22nd, I think, right?
Right around there. It's 22nd, 23rd, something like that.
Yeah, it's that Friday and Saturday.
Let me make sure.
22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
22nd, 23rd.
Yep.
Nice. I'm going to try and make it to this one because I missed the first two. Inexcusable. Slacker. I need to get some info on the gathering. Well,
go to our website, go to the very bottom and click on the gathering. That'll be your easiest thing.
There you go. There's a link to their YouTube channel, and I'll get a link to their website right now. Look at that. I'm a pleaser. I mean, it's a pretty easy website. It's palmettostatearmory.com, Mm-hmm. So do you guys have something special planned for the gathering to celebrate 15 years / 16 years?
I'm not aware. Are you aware of anything specific, Cameron? I'm not aware of anything specific.
Mm-mm. Oh, man. It's too bad. All right. So here's 2 more questions, and then we can wrap a little bow on this and send it on its way. What is the most dangerous threat you both see to the Second Amendment right now as we speak? That was a question I had like 5 people tell me. See what they say to that. I mean, how many? There's quite a few out there.
Exactly.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to word it the right way.
He's like, I got to keep it kid friendly. Got to keep it kid
no. I mean, I think. I mean, let me put it this way. I don't know if your followers or saw what we posted a couple weeks ago after SHOT Show when we came back is, we filed a lawsuit, an amicus brief with FRAC in the Supreme Court in support of Garland versus Cargill, which is the bump stock ban. Right. And so what I want to say to that is that, obviously we partner with FRAC, but we also put a lot of money that costs a lot of money to file an amicus brief. Okay. And what I will say is that we are very, very serious about protecting your constitutional rights. And so that is a big focus. It's been a big focus of ours. We just never really talked about it. We've been a part of lawsuits and different things and briefs and what support to multiple different types of platforms. But I think the biggest thing is that any overreach by the ATF or by any government thing, we're going to support. It's not just about the Second Amendment. It's about every amendment. It's about protecting your freedoms. And we take that shit seriously at PSA. And so, a portion of every purchase goes into a fund. And we are taking that money and we are actively supporting and defending your rights, not just the Second Amendment, but every part of your rights, because we truly believe that we live in the greatest country in the world and we want to make sure that we protect your freedoms.
Amen to that.
Well said.
I'll word it like that.
That's pretty good. And then
I agree with Clay.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. We are our own worst enemies sometimes. Is there any last questions for PSA while they're here, ready to answer? If PSA would open a bank and shipping company, would be all set.
Well, we do this little thing that we call control your own destiny. So I wouldn't put it past, never say never thing that we always say on here is it's never say never.
Right?
Never say never, pops.
Love me some daggers and bill kits. Everyone does. I just want to say thank you. Everyone from the chat, everyone I talked to, PSA has such a great reputation now. And with Josiah and yourself and jamming out there, always talking about, you guys build freedom, and now you're building freedom seeds. And God, everyone here wants to help you plant those seeds all over the U.S. So let's go, man. I can't wait till that steel 62x39 hits. I want to get some of that. That Jackal 308 is going to crush. It's going to absolutely crush. The Crank is going to crush. The STG. Everything is going to crush. You know what? Here's something that got kind of looked over. There was so much cool stuff, but the daggers in 22, people were kind of ho-hum about because there was so much stuff out there.
Yep.
And I thought the daggers in 22 were pretty cool.
Yep.
The 22 dagger itself, I'm excited about. My understanding, I mean, the 15-round magazines that we have, those are going to probably be out before the 22 dagger itself. But I'm very stoked.
The tooling's being worked on for those mags.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that one. Yeah.
Ross is picking up his micro dagger from his FFL tomorrow. God bless you, Ross. Good stuff. Cool. Shotguns, man, I would love to say 3 months on the shotguns, but I know that's kind of wishful.
The shotguns and the bolt guns both were in prototype phase when they're out at SHOT, so we're not going to give any hard time frame.
Maybe Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it's realistically that shotgun's probably 2024.
It is 2024.
Is it? Then 2025.
Dang.
Just don't give out dates, Cameron. Just don't give out.
Bro, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, but man, there's so much cool stuff. And again, a bolt gun from PSA was just shocking to see that drop.
The Saber bolt gun's going to be out this summer.
That thing is really cool. Priced right too. Very good.
We're gonna try to. I mean, that's the thing is I want to try and get it out before hunting season. I mean, because that's when sales pick up on the bolt gun market. But I'm gonna really try to make a modern scout rifle. That's the goal. Like I want to do like 13.7s and suppressor ready options, just like I do everything else on the Saber line. So, I'm gonna try and have that out before August, and is the goal. But it's gonna be tough.
So real quick, the Crink is coming out. That's out of the crate on the 29th of this month.
I cannot confirm nor deny, sir. That's just what the video said on social media.
My birthday is the 28th. I'm just saying it would be super cool.
So the reason why it took us so long to get the Crink out is because we had to wait for the next leap year. So that's
right. That's it. That must be it. I was about 2 hours from being a leap year kid.
Yeah.
I'd be, I don't know, 12.
Yeah, there you go.
Terrible. PSA is the only company that treats SHOT Show properly with concept guns and new platforms. I know, man. I got to tell you, the SHOT Show, besides your booth, it's kind of ho-hum.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot
I was stoked that we were able to. I know this is Cameron, really partly, what Cameron did, but just the general public a lot of times feels kind of shunned as far as SHOT Show, but involving them in SHOT Show was an amazing thing this year. It was exciting. It brought them in, and they can come to NRA and stuff, but not everybody can fly in and travel and afford that expense. But just including them in the process of SHOT Show was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's like
you
a
guys
big
will be at NRA too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we'll be there.
We will.
SHOT Show.
There's one that says online layaway. I want to hit that one. That was Mike Brandenburg. We've got Sezzle on the website. You can do 4 equal payments. It basically is a layaway. It's interest-free, 4 interest-free payments on the website for any product.
Okay, I've used that before on some other stuff. It's pretty good. Tim says, God bless you guys in your mission. And you guys are doing God's work. I don't want to get too Jesus on this channel because there's some people.
We ain't selling Bibles yet.
I know, PSA. And if they did, it would be an amazing bargain price Bible. It'd have extra pages in it. It would have
dollar store Bibles.
Yeah, you build it yourself Bibles.
Tactical Bibles. Yeah. Who needs all the Psalms? You just need these 3.
Yeah.
You only need one gospel, not 4.
Right? You just skip it all. Man, thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm starting a new job on the 5th, and I'll be in New York training for a couple days. But man, I maybe I could still make the gathering. I really want to try and work that in. Since I'm new, I'm just to say it was a previous engagement I'm already committed to. Maybe I can get a couple days off, but
yeah, good luck.
I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Of
and
course.
Any last words for everyone out there in the internet?
I mean, just hey, listen, we got a lot coming this year. You know, we got a lot of projects we're working on, so we're gonna get them out as fast as we can. But also at the same time, we want to do it the right way, not the fast way. So, you know, just touch base on the concept guns earlier. Just because they were voted in top 3 or in some particular order doesn't mean they're going to come out in that order. So, we're gonna work our asses off for you guys this year, and just know that you know we're about that life. We're trying to focus on the civilian, and you know we're also putting our money where our mouth is, supporting your constitutional rights every single day.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Dave K says, "What's going on with the STG?" And you said a couple months on the STG.
Yeah, I don't know an exact time frame, but it's in testing. You know, they're dialing in some of the programming and the machines and all that stuff because they're bending the flats and welding them, right? So it's not just you know we're getting a receiver made, putting it together, and going on its way like an AR. So it just takes time, and then we're doing some design changes as well. So you know, I know it's being worked on, but again, it's honestly not at the top of the priority list. So we're working on it, and there's an engineer dedicated to work on it. But there's a lot of other feet in the fire right now.
No pressure to that poor bastard. He's sitting there going, "Oh, yeah." Hey, thank you guys again. I really appreciate it. Everyone in the chat, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber. I'd greatly appreciate that too. And then again, here is the PSA website. Please click on it. Go buy some cool stuff. God bless you all, and good night.